This episode of the Poundcast is in part brought to you by Louisville Vegan Jerky Company. They make Louisville Vegan Jerky. That's right. It's meatless, soy-based jerky, and you can find them at lvjco.com. And they have lots of different flavors you can choose from, such as buffalo hot wing, pepperoni pizza, smoky Carolina barbecue, and they have limited edition small batch flavors such as Nashville hot chicken, cheddar jalapeno popper, and honey glazed ham. And get this, 10% of sales of this flavor go to the Dare to Care Food Bank, which has been helping out families in Kentucky for the past 55 years. So if you order on the website and use the code word Poundcast, you get 20% off your order. Now, this stuff is bagged in the United States. It has a shelf life of 9 months, and you don't have to order it online. If you want to order it in person at stores, you can find it at places like Whole Foods and Sprouts. And just check out their website, lvjco.com. Once again, use the code word Poundcast and get 20% off your order. Welcome to the Poundcast. My name is Brent Weinbach.
I am Rob F. Switch. Oh, sorry. It's just have it. Yeah. I do that when I meet people. I went on a job interview and they said, "Hi, my name is so and so," and I said, "Oh, and I'm Rob F. Switch." And they said, "Are you okay?" I said, it's my podcast. Sorry about that. Sorry.
You just say, "Oh, sorry, I've been podcasting for 15 years."
15 years. 15 years. It's just, you forget these things sometimes.
So for those of you who don't know, I'm here with, in this context, I don't even know what to call you, actually.
I know.
I met you as one name, and that's the name that I'll always kind of know you as, truly, when I first met you, which was, 20-something years ago. It's almost 25 years ago. But so I know you as that, but then you have a name that you use for this other podcast that we do. But you are also a barber, and I'm going to ask you a lot of questions about being a barber. So I don't even know how to introduce you. I don't know how to introduce you as a comedian, you used to do comedy a lot, and now you're starting to get back into it a little bit, or I'm not really sure. So I don't know if to call you a former comedian, but I know I can call you I can say I'm here with Barber. And I don't know if I should call you Roberto or Rob or what.
I know. And then
what's going on? What do we do here?
Well, just let me take a sip of my drink. You see that? What's on the cup?
Because you're a pilot also.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm a pilot as well. You remembered that randomly. That's
Captain.
Cool.
Cool. Captain Rob or Captain. I don't know.
We met a little over 20 years ago.
It's closer to 25 at this point.
Closer to 25 years ago. I was Rob F. Martinez.
Actually, when I first met you, you weren't even doing F yet. You were just doing Rob Martinez.
Rob. Because my name as I knew it, Roberto Martinez. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, there was another Robert Martinez at the time.
Yeah.
Who was doing comedy. And
South
he
Bay.
was making a lot of noise. This guy.
Especially in the South Bay, yeah.
Yeah. So I was trying to create a little noise for myself, but he had one leg up on me. He was already known, so I thought, I can't be Roberto Martinez. Not to mention, it's hard for people to say. Try saying that. Can you roll your R's?
Yeah.
Say my name. Okay.
Roberto. See?
Perfect.
I give it extra rolls just for you. I gave it more roles than it even needs. I
I
was kind of
love that. I
I was making
love
your
that.
thing look very, very fleshy. Lots of roles.
So the problem with my name is this, Brent.
Brr.
Brent. When I say my name, people they can't roll their R's, and I understand that, especially here in Portland. In Portland. Because they don't speak a lot of Espanol. No speak nada Española. So
You
I
sound
get
like
a lot
Italian just now.
of, they call me Roberto, Robert O. And that sounds terrible, bro. That sounds terrible. Robert O, Roberto. It's nails on a chalkboard to me. Do you understand?
Okay.
Because I was a Roberto, because I grew up in a Spanish speaking household, Spanish speaking environment, Spanish speakers,
Spanish speaking neighborhood.
neighbors.
Neighborhood.
That's right. That's right. I went to the grocery store
You
every day.
grew up in San Francisco.
San Francisco.
San
So
Francisco.
I had a Roberto. That's how I say my name. Roberto. This is not even a big thing. They say, "Oh, what's your name?" Roberto Martinez. Roberto. So I went, I asked people to say that, and they couldn't say that. And then enter Robert Martinez, the guy, the comedian that was already on the scene,
Yeah.
tearing it up. Funny guy. I said, I'm just going to shorten it to Rob Martinez.
Okay,
That's who I.
so when you first started, you
Mhm.
were doing what? Robert Martinez, or were you doing Roberto Martinez?
Even how ugly does that sound,
I don't
Brent?
think
That
that
sounds
sounded
so
that bad.
ugly.
I didn't
It
roll,
sounds
but
ugly.
I didn't roll, but I thought it sounded fine. Roberto.
Yeah, so I was going by Roberto
Roberto
Martinez.
Martinez.
Yeah.
Roberto
And that
Martinez.
didn't really work. It didn't really work.
Okay, so then Robert Martinez shows up, and then you say, "Okay, I'm
I'm gonna
going
be
by
Rob.
Rob," and so then you were
And then
just doing
that
Rob. But then I thought you wanted to differentiate yourself even more. So then you started putting the
yes,
F in there,
put in the F. Rob F. Rob F. Martinez. And
and
that's who I became.
but you were trying out different options too, and you were trying out Rob. Robert. First, you were doing. I remember when you decided you were going to add more to your Rob Martinez, you went Roberto Francisco Martinez.
Francisco and then Villalobos, which is how we have a couple of last names in the Espanol.
Yeah,
We get a couple. We get a couple.
yeah.
We get two. So Martinez Villalobos. I tried that for a while. But then I just it's too much. People you go, oh, my name is Roberto Francisco Martinez Villalobos. And people say, well, I didn't order nachos.
Uh-huh.
I didn't order them.
Uh-huh.
I came to see a comedy show. And this guy's given me 50 names over here. What's that about?
So,
So
right.
I
Okay.
shorten it. And because it's the Hollywood thing, baby. It's the Hollywood. Shorten it. Tom Cruise, Jeff Bridges, Marlon
Because
Brando,
Tom Cruise's full name is Tom Cruisenes.
Tommaso Crucero,
Cruisenes.
Tommaso Cruz.
Yeah. Tommaso Cruisenes.
So
So
it was Rob F.
Rob F.
Martinez.
Martinez for a long time.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I got most used to, even though I actually first met you. I think I even just still think of you as just Rob Martinez,
Okay.
That's just sort of
Okay.
how I met you.
All right.
But then you changed it to Villalobos,
Yeah.
Roberto Villalobos,
Yeah.
because of I don't know if you want to get into that story, but there was a whole mix up with someone in Texas who had the name.
Yeah,
and,
because
and, and then whatever. So that was a whole thing. And then for this podcast, so Rob and I do a video game music podcast called the Legacy Music Hour. Maybe some of you heard of it. And Rob originally just started as Rob F on it, and that was before he was going by Villalobos. And then it changed to Rob F Switch. That became his name there. So, but now you discovered something new, you told me?
Right. Well, just real quick about the Villalobos. You want the jizz of it?
The jizz of it?
You want the jizz of it?
Yeah, give me the
I'll
jizz.
give.
Like, I want you to
Let's give.
just blast the jizz blast the
Just
jizz of it.
here's the jizz. I got booked for a commercial. They did a background check. Someone with my name and my date of birth had felt. No, actually, a few guys with my name and my date of birth have felonies around the country, and I couldn't prove that it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Well, because in Texas they don't do social security number or something like that, or
It was
something
just name
weird
and
like
date of
that.
birth. Picture this: we were both butt naked, creeping on the bathroom floor. So it wasn't me. I was shaggy. It wasn't me. And I couldn't prove it after they had already hired me on this job for known tequila. A known tequila. This was going to be, I was going to be the next most interesting man in the world.
Mm.
This was it. I was going to be him. And they said, and the way they brought me in, Brent, they brought me in as if I was hiding it. They said, "Do you want to tell us something? Is there something you want to tell us?"
Oh,
As if
really?
I knew.
Oh my gosh, really?
And I said, "No, what the fuck are you talking about? Can I say that?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
What are you talking about? Can you just tell me what?" And they said, "Well, here," they gave me the background report. And I have it. I still have that. It's a fat sheet. It must be about 10 sheets. And all these fucking Roberto Martinez's are running wild all over the country.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, me, I didn't do anything.
right.
So they said, "Oh, no, 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 no. We believe you. We believe you. It's no, no, no. It's not you. Yeah. Can you prove it? Is there any way you can prove it?" I said, and they were already doing the reshoots with the new actor they got.
Uh-huh. And I think there was something to do with because you had spent time in Texas or something, so they
Yeah,
thought it was you.
absolutely.
So
Absolutely. And I was arrested once in Texas, but I wasn't taken in. I
oh,
was put in handcuffs and put in the back of a police cruiser,
wait,
cruiser,
why was that?
because they stopped me. One of the lights was out on my car,
Ah,
and then they ran my name and my date of birth. And there was a Robert Martinez in a border town who had run some check fraud.
uh-huh.
So they put me in handcuffs and they put me in the back of the car, and I waited for about 30 minutes. My girlfriend at the time, she was wondering, what the hell is this? Who is this guy? I didn't know he was going to get arrested. I
Right.
was 20 years old at the time.
Yeah.
Then they took me out of the car and they said, "This is technically out of our jurisdiction." Not in Austin. I was living in Austin at the time. They said, "So we can't arrest you because it's part of this smaller town on the border. So we're going to let you go." I said, "Well, what does that mean?" And you know what the officer told me? He said, "Don't go to that town."
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And you know what? I stay out of Texas.
So
Stay out of it.
they believed you too.
Well, they couldn't do anything, but they said, "Yeah, this isn't you."
Okay.
I said, "Well, I don't know. How can I prove that this is not me? But you got some guy that's got my name and my date of birth. How would that happen?" I don't know. I guess Roberto Martinez is like John Smith, south
Right.
of the border, right?
Sure, yeah.
There must have been a lot of Robert Martinez's born on my date of birth.
You know what I just learned? That the name Ivan is John basically is kind of is the John of Russia.
Oh, is that right? Ivan.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ivan.
Yeah. Drago. He
Or
was the main
Ivan,
character in
yeah.
Drago.
They call him Ivan. I mean, why don't they just call him Ivan? Wouldn't it be Ivan? But yeah,
So,
Drago.
so I got booted from this tequila commercial,
Yeah.
and I told my father about it. And he said, "Just use my last name."
Wait, you didn't use your dad's last name before?
Well, he was using his maiden mother's last name,
Uh-huh.
Martinez.
Yeah.
It was it's an even longer story about the father, but his last name is Villalobos.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
But then when we were born, he said, "You're Martinez Villalobos." So, but we just use Martinez. So he said, "Why don't you just use Villalobos? Just use that." I said, "Okay." So I will be Roberto Villalobos. Hey, it was good. It sounded good.
Did you get headshots with that name?
I took many headshots with that name.
Okay.
Now, fast forward to 2 months ago. 2 months ago. We're still in 2024 now.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know why. I don't know why, Brent. I said, let me look at my birth certificate. I want to look at my birth certificate.
Uh-huh.
I have it. I haven't looked at it ever,
Si-
really. It's just in my records.
you haven't looked at it since you were born. Because when you came out, you said, "Hey, can I see the birth certificate real quick?"
And then
When
I
you were
threw
born.
up. I threw up, and then I fell asleep, and that
You
was
got
it.
you got spanked. You said, "Thank you very much, doctor, for spanking me. Now can I look
I
at my
said,
birth certificate?"
well, no, I said, thank you, sir. May I have another?
Yeah.
Then he said, right away, and then I fell asleep
Yeah.
because that put me out. He put me out. He slapped good. That doctor slapped it good
Right. You recommend that doctor for
for
spanks?
some ass slaps.
Yeah.
I fell asleep, and then I looked it up in 2024, December 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what this fucking birth certificate says, Brent?
Uh-oh.
It says Robert Martinez. Robert.
Yeah.
I'm fucking Robert, bro.
So you're not even Roberto or Roberto or whatever.
That blew my mind.
You know what, man? I'm gonna have to start calling you Rob. That's what I call you. That's what I call you
That
now.
blew my mind because this whole time, Roberto, and I've been correcting people. I'm that guy. I'm that guy.
Uh-huh.
I say no, Roberto. And people say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so embarrassed that I'm not culturally sensitive. I'm so sorry. I'm so ashamed." And
Uh-huh.
I say, Roberto, that's how you should be saying. And really, I'm fucking Robert. Hey, Robert.
So what do you think about that? Do you
Well,
want to
you know what?
embrace?
I remember I'm having memories, flashbacks. Do you know what my first grade teacher called me?
Bob?
Bob, exactly.
Really? I just
Yeah,
guessed.
no, Bob. And then I looked at old photos from grade school. It says Robert. It says Robert on my photos, all up until about eighth grade. And then high school, I don't have any high school photos. I have zero high school photos. No high school photos.
Really?
So I've been Robert, but when did I become Roberto? I know I'm Roberto because that's what my parents call me. They call me Roberto.
Well, that's what it was, I guess. It was just that they said officially his name is Robert, but we're gonna, just as a familial thing, we're gonna, do the Spanish
I'm
version.
I'm Robert. Robert. I'm Robert. I'm Robert.
So, okay, hold on. So this new realization, what does that do for you? I mean, do you
I don't
do you
know.
want to
Who am
embrace
I,
it? Are
Brent?
you going to stop
Well,
correcting people or
listen, I was Rob F. Martinez, and then I am Rob F. Switch. I am Rob F. Switch. And
yeah.
why am I Rob F. Switch? Why is it RF? Because it's RF Switch. Check yourself. If you know, you know. RF Switch. If you're a real one, not one of these new school online game, which I am as well. I am in a new school online game. But if you're an OG RF Switch, Rob F. Switch, channel 3 always, never channel 4. Who put channel 4? It was always channel 3. What planet is it channel 4?
Right.
Come on.
So, what are you going to do? Are you going to start telling people if they are you going to stop using Roberto? That's the real question.
I have to because it's on my birth certificate.
So you're going to stop using Roberto.
I have to.
Wow.
I've
So,
already told some people call me Rob, and that's because they can't pronounce Roberto.
hold on a second. So as a barber, you don't say you go by Roberto on as a barber, I think, right?
Yeah, I do, but
So you're just going to be Robert Villalobos?
might have to. Yeah, that doesn't sound good either. That doesn't sound good either.
Robert Villalobos? No, it's kind of cool. It's kind of got a fusion flavor to it, you know?
Yeah,
It's kind of got that Tex-Mex kind of flavoring to it, you know what I mean?
yeah, you think so?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's got the Santa Fe
Mm.
spices in it and stuff. I
Robert
think
Villa. Well, it
no
should be
Robert
Villalobos,
Villalobos. Robert
but people will
Villalobos.
call it Robert Villa, and then it'll just be Bob Villa. I'll just be Bob Villa. I'll just be Bob Villa. I'm I am Bob Villa. That's me.
You actually kind of look like you would be. I mean, right now your setting is,
Because I
you know what I
have
mean?
the
You have plaid, you have a beard, you've got there's this wood kind of thing going on in the background here.
yeah, but that is
But the picture?
yeah,
Yeah, I know what that is. Yeah.
high
And
score girl.
high score girl, I didn't know you had that.
I had it commissioned by my buddy who's an artist,
Yeah. So
and he did that. And yeah, I have it up in my. This is I'm in my apartment,
yeah.
reporting live from Bob Villa's apartment.
I mean, nobody says Bob Villa though. Don't they say Bob Villa?
No, they say Villa. Come on, bro.
Okay.
They say Villa. They say Villa.
So, all right. So Robert,
This is interesting because we do our podcast,
yeah,
but our podcast is centered. It's about the music.
yeah.
It's about the games.
It's not
It's not
about
about
our.
me.
It's not
No,
about
no,
our
no, not about.
lives.
No, 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 no. And we talk, but this is breaking news because I've told a couple of people about this.
Right. The world
I've
knows
told a
now.
couple, but now it's out there. It's out.
Now, 150 people know.
I've seen your numbers. I've seen your numbers. This is big. This is big. Thank you for
Okay.
inviting me. Thank you for
Okay.
inviting me.
Okay. Maybe
Because
200.
hey,
Maybe 200.
hey, big fan, big fan,
Mm, thanks.
big fan.
So look, listen, Rob. So I met Rob, through comedy. Like we said, over 20 years ago, um, and then Rob, you got into cutting hair. You got into the barber business, and what what fascinated you about that field of work? Is it the old fashionedness of it or something, or did you like that it's kind of do you kind of think of yourself as a manly guy and that's kind of a manly job in a way, or
Well,
what?
the honest reality of how I fell into this profession, I will tell you right now. I think you already. I may have told you. This is the true story. Comedy and acting, it just didn't pan out for me how I had planned. Okay.
Hmm.
I was struggling in LA. I had some successes. I played some clubs. I was playing touring with some comedians. I I was on Law and Order Los Angeles, Brent.
Mm-hmm.
So that was, and I was a co-star in that episode. That's how I
Yeah.
got my SAG card. That's how I got into the Screen Actors Guild.
Yeah.
And I'm still in the Screen Actors Guild. So I had this plan, or so I thought, that I was going to make it.
Sure.
Make it. And it didn't work.
You
And I
mean like
wasn't
with a girl or something like that, or no? I'm just kidding.
make it what I thought I was going to get that career and I was going to somehow be a working performer my whole life.
Whose career did you sort of want to follow in the footsteps of at the
Well, the
time?
the greats, Pacino, Brando, James Dean, De
Really?
Niro. You thought I will go or you know who? Michael Keaton.
Oh yeah, Keaton. You wanted to go Keaton?
Do you know he was a stand-up?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I
I've
mean,
seen it
I've seen
too.
it on the internet. Yeah.
I've seen it. Yeah, he was a stand-up, then moved into acting, and he's the
So you
great
wanted to kind of go keto.
exactly.
You wanted to go on the keto diet, and meaning you wanted to
Well,
be.
look, I want to perform. I'm a performer.
Yeah.
I love to give a performance. That is what I come from. It's in me. It's in me.
So, but then why? What? Then why the barber thing? I mean, because you
Well,
also,
look,
even though you were working, you had other ways of kind of making money too. You were working a corporate job at one point, and
yeah, yeah.
um,
I hated the job. I hated all the corporate jobs I had,
yeah,
but I couldn't wait tables, Brent. I couldn't wait tables. I couldn't bartend,
yeah,
and I used to be so jealous of all of my entertainer friends that would go out, come home with cash every night. And I had to go work the corporate because I can't serve to save my life. I
Hmm.
don't know anything about bartending. Maybe I could have applied, but no, should have, could have, would have. Anyway, the point is, I was working day jobs because you know what I know? I know spreadsheets. I know PowerPoint. I know Outlook. You need back then. We're talking 20 years ago. If you needed a LAN setup, a LAN or a WAN, you know what I'm talking about?
Uh, yeah, that's some sort of internet thing.
Local area network. You needed a wide area network.
Ah,
I'm your man.
okay.
I'll do that, and I did. But that dried up because I got burned out, Brent. I got burned out.
Uh-huh.
And I said, okay, well, what are we going to do next? I was cutting my own hair at the time to save money because I got some hair. I got some hair. And I was cutting my own hair. I wasn't doing a great job, but I was making it happen. And I thought, well, maybe I need a manual labor job. Maybe this is my path in life. Let's be a barber. Why not? So I went to a trade school in downtown Los Angeles. There was an informational meeting that day about a barber apprenticeship. And I showed up with about 200 people. And the apprenticeship spots got filled up like that. So I talked to the organizer and I said, if I can't be an apprentice, what do I do? And she said, just go to school, find a school, just pay the money and the apprenticeship actually takes longer than a school. If you go to school, you'll be out within a year. So
Hmm.
that's what I did. I found a school in Crenshaw.
Yeah.
It was $5,000 for the tuition back then, or 2,500 cash. That's what kind of school it was. And I'll never forget the school owner. He was a helicopter pilot in Vietnam. Jimmy,
Uh-huh. Okay.
that was his name. He was a Vietnamese dude and loved him. But I'll never forget when I said, "Can I start off with the 5,000?" I said, "Just give me a couple of weeks. I will get you the 2,500 cash." And he said, "Okay." So I went out and I maxed the last credit card I had, Brent.
Hmm.
I went to the ATM. I got the 2,500 and I put it down on his desk when I got it. And I said, "Here's my tuition for the course." He picked up all of the hundreds. He smelled them and he went, "Money smell good." I said, "Okay." I said, "So we're good?" He said, "Ah, yeah, yeah." And that's how I paid for my.
Okay, let me understand something though. I know that you were saying you were just cutting your own hair and thinking, "Oh, maybe I could do this." There must have been something more than that for you, right? I mean, did you have some sort of romantic kind of
Well, of
idea about?
course, you think the idea of an old school barber shop. That's what I
Yeah.
had. Even though I never went to one of these old school barber shops, but I knew what they were.
Hmm.
I went to Supercuts pretty much my whole life and
Yeah.
got jacked up. I got jacked up haircuts, Brent.
Oh, they were
Jacked up
bad?
hair. They're always bad.
So you think Supercuts is bad?
The Supercuts I went to didn't give me what I wanted. I will say that.
I think it kind of just depends on the person you're with, the stylist that you're with, right?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So okay, now did when you became a barber, did it live up to any expectation that you had about being a barber, or how different was it than your expectation?
Well, it was awful because the school I went to, they prepared me to pass the test. Okay. But it's hard. I don't think any school can really prepare you for the real life, the realities of what exists in the world beyond barber school. The different scalps, the different customers, the different environments,
The lice.
they cannot prepare you for that. You have to experience it. Unfortunately, one cannot be told what a barber is. You have to experience it for yourself.
Okay, so my question is was it pretty different than what you expected?
It was entirely different. It was hard, Brent.
Oh, okay. And you
It
didn't like
was
it at first?
it's not that I didn't like it, it's just that I felt I made a mistake because I
Oh,
wasn't good. I wasn't good, Brent.
oh, so you felt like, oh, I just invested money in, getting my
Yeah.
license or whatever. And
And I'm working in the first shop I worked in, it was a shop in Crenshaw, and I was just doing the kids. And these kids, Brent, they were hopped up on Mountain Dew and Skittles.
oh
They didn't
man,
want to be in the shop. And the parents, the haircuts were $9 back then. And the parents wanted a nice, crisp haircut, and they wanted it done quickly. And I didn't have the capacity to do it. Now I could do a kid quickly. I could probably do a kid in 5 minutes, cut a nice kid's hair. But back then, this kid, they're moving around, they're hopped up on caffeine and sugar, and I didn't know what to do. I'm trying to give them the best haircut as I thought it should be based on what I learned in school, and it just wasn't working out. I got fired from that job, and then I went to another barber shop, and it was a little more high end, but I still wasn't ready for that. I got fired from that job,
oh, did
and
you actually got fired?
yes, I got fired, Brent. I got fired
Wow.
because I didn't have it. And then I ended up at the final shop where I learned to be a barber. Oscar's Barber Shop, Burbank.
Hmm.
One of my classmates put in a word for me because I reached out to him. I said, "Listen, bro, I'm struggling out here. I'm dying. I don't know what to do. I don't got it." He said, "I'm gonna put in a word for you at Oscar's. He's a good dude." He had about 15 barbers working for him at the time. And he brought me in and he said, "You know what? I like your style because you're professional. You're very well spoken. You seem like you're mature. And that's what I want to bring to my shop."
Because you would wear a tie and stuff.
I wore I still wear a tie.
Yeah.
I love wearing a tie, right? I love it. I love it. And he said, "I would like to bring that element to my barbershop." So he hired me, but I was still 1 foot in the entertainment world, Brent.
Hmm.
So I would take half days so I could work in the morning, try to work in the morning, and then go do an audition and take the rest of the afternoon off. You know how it goes. And after a month, he sat me down and he said, "Listen," he goes, you know what? You know what's funny? He called me Robert. He called me Robert. He said, "Let me try to do my best impression of him, Oscar." He said, "Bro, Robert, if you want to be an actor, bro, go be an actor because you're going to do it. I know you're going to do it. You're good. You're very good. But if you want to be a barber, you got to be here, bro. Because right now, your professionalism, you're at the top. That's why I brought you on, bro. You're here. But your haircuts, you suck, bro. You're terrible, bro." That's what he said to me.
Really? He said that?
He said, "You're terrible, bro."
Really?
Yeah.
It's also funny because the way you showed a bit with your hands just now, you're kind of, your professionalism is up here, right? Which is, you're kind of where your head is, it's where your
Right.
hair is. And he said, but your haircuts are down here. It's almost like you're pointing to your crotch.
Well, it's not my shoe. It's not my shoe.
Oh,
Because that's
really? I
what
was
the
thinking
difference.
like more pubic hair. Your professionalism is head hair, but your haircuts are pubic.
No, he pointed down his shit and he said, "Bro, if you want to be a good barber, I got 15 barbers. They will teach you and they will make you a great barber. But you got to be here. Come in early, stay late." And he was telling me, "Don't give up your dream, but what do you want, bro? What do you want?"
Yeah.
So I said, "Okay." And that's when I stopped all entertainment and I went all in on barbering.
Not all entertainment.
Well, Legacy Music Hour is forever. Legacy Music Hour forever. I don't give a fuck.
So okay, so you and then you ended up becoming a very skilled barber.
Yes, those barbers were amazing. They did teach me.
They spanked you into it pretty hard, right?
They taught me how to cut hair. You know what? I realized really early on the confidence they had. I would never do this, but one of the barbers, he was so good. He was so good. He would cut celebrities. Okay,
Well,
that would come into
John Travolta came in before, right?
John, but this was a different barber. But
Yeah.
John Travolta came into our barber shop, which was amazing to get cut by one of the barbers. But another one of the barbers who would cut celebrities. At the time, I was 31, 32 years old. He was in his early 20s. So I was about 10 years older than him.
Yeah.
And this barber, he was so good. He had the touch. He was born to be a barber. And he's very successful now. He has his own barbershop now.
He could do a kid in 2 minutes.
We went to lunch one day because I would go to lunch with him because I was trying to learn from him, learn from the young kid. And we went into this restaurant and he saw some young guy. And he
That's
goes,
not what he that's not what he ordered, right? It wasn't
he goes,
was it?
hey, he taps me. He goes, hey, watch this. So he goes up to the guy. He says, hey, bro, who cuts your hair? And the guy said, oh, I get my hair cut at so and so. And then this guy, he goes, hey, here's my card. He says, I could fix it for you, bro. And
Oh
then
my
he turned
god.
around and he walked away. He walked away. And I was standing there going, what the fuck? And this guy that he gave the card to, this is what he did. He went, oh my God. Oh. That level of confidence, when I saw that, I said, wow, I want that. I want that. I would never do that. And I've never done that. But I said, his level of confidence, he just saw something and he said, I can do better than whoever is cutting him.
Yeah. By the way, did you start saying the word bro from working at barbershops?
No, I don't, well, look, there's different ways to say bro. There's different ways to say bro. Did you know that?
Okay, go on. Elaborate.
There's the way they said it in the barber shop. It's like, hey, bro, hey, bro. It's kind of like an East LA,
Okay.
bro. But then there's a SoCal, bro. What are you talking about, bro?
Uh-huh.
And then even now in 2025, it's like, bro, hey, bro, what you talking about, bro?
What you talking about, Willis? Did anyone want to call each other Willis?
No,
They should though. Hey
but
Willis. Hey Willis, I could do a better job. I could fix it for you.
they'll say, what you mean, bro? What you mean, bro? That's 2025. What you mean, bro? But when I was at the barber shop, it was a bro. Do you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you hear it? It's like, bro, what are you talking
Bro.
about, bro?
Hey, what you talking about, bro? Hey bro.
Bro.
Hey bro, it's
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
Hey, it's
yeah.
me.
It's different levels of
All right,
the bro.
I got a question though. Let's get back to the lice, okay? How
Yeah.
often have you encountered people with
I've
lice?
never, I've never, never encountered anybody with. I've seen videos of it. It's terrible.
You've never been cutting someone's hair and you start seeing eggs and
No.
things.
Although, you want to know what happened to me one time in barber school?
What?
Barber school was $5 haircuts, and 3 days of the week was free haircuts.
Uh-huh.
And you never knew who was going to come in, but it was people that were looking for $5 haircuts or free haircuts.
Yeah.
So
So you had a lot of house moms and
one
stuff?
day,
No, I'm just
I
kidding.
had a guy come in, and I was cut. He said, he goes, just buzz my head. So I buzzed it, and I'm doing it. And I'm trying to do my thing. I was wearing a tie in barber school.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. Okay.
I'm the real deal, Brent. I'm the real
Yeah.
deal. And as I'm cutting it, the smell that came out that I was smelling, it was intoxicating, Brent. It was so bad. I don't know what it was, but it smelled so bad. I finished the haircut, and the guy said, okay, it was a free haircut day. The guy took off.
Wait, on free haircut days, did they tip you?
No,
Okay.
no. It's free haircut day, Brent. You don't tip.
I would think you would be even more likely to tip on a free haircut.
So the guy left, and then I turned around to my station to do my thing. And another barber walks by the chair that I was just, because I just turned around. I turned around to go clean my tools. And the guy says, "What is on your chair?" It was a lot of shit, Brent.
Oh, there was actual poo.
Actual poo.
Oh
This
gosh.
guy pooed in my chair.
Oh, he actually pooed in the chair while you were
In
there.
the chair while I was cutting his hair. That's
Oh
what the
my.
smell was.
Okay, I thought so. It didn't come from his head. It came from his butt.
Yeah, he
Oh
pooed in the
god.
chair,
Oh
and that's
no.
what I was smelling. And when I saw that, that's when I went, "Oh, oh."
Oh, you started gagging, really?
Yeah, I started gagging, and I said, I cannot, bro. I cannot, bro. That's a SoCal, bro.
Uh huh.
SoCal, bro. I cannot."
So what did you? How did you clean it up?
Well, we Lysoled it, and we scrubbed it down. And what else can you do?
Ugh, gross.
Lysol, a lot of Lysol.
So that's the you. Okay, but you've never. By the way, after you use your tools on somebody, and
Yeah.
everything gets disinfected after you use it.
Always,
Eh, Always
always,
doesn't just every time you use
always.
any comb, any
It's a new comb for every client.
a
New
new comb
comb.
every client.
And
Yeah.
I disinfect it, and it gets washed at the end of the day.
The buzzer or whatever, the what do they call it, a
Everything,
clipper.
yeah, we get a nice disinfectant spray, and yeah, you have to.
To this day you just
To this
always.
day, you have to. You
Mhm.
have to.
Yeah,
Maybe some people don't, but you have to disinfect everything.
yeah.
And I make sure I do that
And what about the
because
seats?
I have a little spray. I like to
You
spray down
spray
on
the
it, wipe it
seats
down. Absolutely, I do.
every customer.
Every customer.
Hmm.
I have a disinfectant spray that I spray. It's a separate spray.
Yeah.
You have to. You have to.
Okay. Um. And but no bugs. You never seen any little bugs.
Well,
That's lucky. And you've been doing it for 15 something years or something.
yeah, close to it. Jeez, Brett. Oh my goodness.
S-
Oh my goodness.
So that's pretty good that you've never come across bugs. I mean, I've been, I go to Supercuts, and I've been
Hold on a
one
sec.
time.
Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. Let me take a look at this. What are we working with here? What are we working with here on your head? Get close to
What?
the camera. Let me see.
Well,
Let me see. Turn to
what are
this.
you gonna say?
Let me
What are
get a
you gonna say?
profile. Let me get a
I can do
profile.
better. I can do
Let me get a
better.
profile. Let me see this. Ooh. Oh, look at this. Got a little salt and pepper. Got that nice Filipino shays right
You
here.
think I have a Filipino style?
Well, you look, your hair looks coarse. It looks strong, strong like bull.
Yeah, it
Looks
was used to be
good.
more coarse actually when I was younger, I think.
No, but your hair, you got good, strong hair, strong style. I like that. You'd be proud of that. What you're wearing on top, I like it, and I like that. You know what? You're wearing the salt and the pepper.
Well, of course. I have been since I was
Well,
16,
look, guys, a lot of guys, they die. They like to
Sure.
die, and that's fine.
Hmm.
If that's your style, that works for you. But you're wearing the salt and the pepper, and you
I
know
always
what?
have. Always.
Ladies love the salt and pepper, and the guys too. Guys love salt and pepper, and the guys. By the way,
Um,
that is my joke. I say to some people because I like to think that we're in a day and age where everybody can be accepting, but we're not. We're not. You know why we're not, Brent? Because I got a lot of clients that come in and they will say to when they're cutting their boys, they're bringing their sons,
oh, okay.
right?
They're doing
And
they're doing their sons in 5 minutes or whatever.
I will cut their sons,
Oh, okay.
and when I'm cutting their sons, they'll say, "Wow, you're going to get all the girls," right? Right? Because they're
Yeah.
proud. They're proud fathers.
Yeah.
But then in my head, I want to say, because after they say you're going to get all the girls, if I said or the boys, right,
And the boys.
and the boys, and the boys, how do you think that would fly, Brett?
Well, I mean, we just don't know what those people are about, but maybe they wouldn't. Yeah, that would be funny though if you said that. Or boys. Or boys.
and the boys. Or my other joke was that some guys say, "Man, I look so good. I'm gonna have to beat off the girls with a stick." And I want to say, or you might have to beat off some guys. You might have to beat off some guys, right? You
So
might, and you know what? It's not a bad thing. You beat off a couple guys every now and then. Is that a bad thing? No.
so okay. The and so you and anyway, now you have your own shop.
Yeah, I own my barber shop. I opened it in April. It will be 7 years. I'm in business.
Yeah.
7 years.
It's called Fisticuts,
Fisticuts, fisticuts.
and it is located in Portland,
Hollywood district of Portland.
Portland,
Portland.
Portland, Oregon. In case anybody was thinking Maine or whatever, but
And I love Portland. I love Portland so much. Don't believe the what you hear. We're doing well in Portland. I love Portland so much.
mm.
You know?
And by the way, have you ever okay, forget the bug stuff, lice or whatever. Have you ever come across hair that was gross?
Well, we're early. Well, in barber school, I did. In
Barber
barber
school.
school, I did.
There,
Yeah.
or was there ever hair that I mean, aside from poo, was there ever any bad smells and stuff?
No, no.
And you've never you what about do people have major dandruff sometimes?
Oh yeah. Well, there's dandruff, and we have solutions for that. We've got good shampoos, good treatments. Although you want to hear the old wives' tale, the old wives' remedy.
Yeah.
Do you know about this?
No.
I'll tell you right now, and I'm not embarrassed to say it because I want everybody to succeed.
What, you mean you put poo on your head and it gets rid of the
No,
dandruff?
no, no, no. If you've got dandruff, and I tell this to everybody because I've got products that can treat dandruff, but if you want to try this, it will only cost you whatever the price is of what I'm about to tell you. You ready?
Yeah.
You squeeze a lemon on your head.
Okay. Really? That
Yeah.
works?
I've had people tell me that's what all I did, and
Have you
my
ever had
dandruff's
dandruff?
good. I have, yeah, absolutely.
And you've used your lemon?
I have used lemon, but I used to use lemon because it's also a substitute hairstyling product, almost like a gel.
Really?
Squeeze a lemon juice into your hair, it's
Hold
almost
on a
like a
second.
gel.
You mean to tell me you put lemon juice on there and keep it on there all day?
No, squeeze a lemon, not lemon juice. Squeeze a actual lemon.
Yeah, lemon
Act-
juice.
Chop a lemon in half, squeeze it, comb
That
your hair.
no, I know.
It
That's lemon juice.
styles it.
That's lemon juice. That is lemon
Yeah,
juice. So
yeah, it works.
no.
That's what I did
So
as a kid.
you
I
mean
did
the
that as
lemon
a kid.
juice? You keep it in all day.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want that.
I'm just telling you, it's
Isn't it kind of?
one.
Isn't that kind of sticky?
No, it's not because you've never done it, but you think it is because you're thinking of an orange.
Well, I am thinking of a lemon, and I'm just thinking that it might feel weird to have that in my hair all day.
No, well, I'm telling you right now, the lemon changes the pH of your scalp, which will alter whatever flakiness you have. And that's one way of doing it. Now, if that doesn't work, then you know what? Go do the Head and Shoulders. Do
But
whatever.
wait. Hold on. Head and Shoulders, but you don't have dandruff.
I don't, I'm saying if you do have really bad.
No. I was saying I was setting you up for you to say
Yeah, 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 yeah.
setting you up.
Yeah.
But you don't have. Wait, hold on a second. Head and Shoulders, but you don't have dandruff.
I don't.
That's not how it goes. You're supposed to say exactly or
Oh,
exact.
One more
exact,
time. One more time. One more time.
Exact or exactamundo.
Right.
But wait, hold on a second though. You head and what do you mean head and shoulders? You don't have dandruff.
Exactly.
Would you roll? You roll your
I roll
you roll your
my-
CTs now or something? You don't just roll your R's. You roll your T's also and C's. Exactly.
Ooh, exactly.
Exactly. So, all right, look. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna wrap it up here, but we're gonna go unzipped. Okay.
Okay.
So, I want to say this. One, if you want to get a haircut, go to Fisticuts in Portland, Oregon, if you're in the Portland, Oregon area.
Yeah.
2, Rob and I do a video game music podcast that we've been doing since 2010. And it's, we pick tracks from the what we call the golden era of video games, 3rd and 4th generation. That's basically 80s and kind of early to sort of mid 90s.
Can I just say one thing about that, what you're saying right now? I just want to demonstrate something because the audience won't know until I do it. Da-na, da-da, 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 da-da,
What about that? It's Sonic the Hedgehog.
From?
What do you mean from Sonic the Hedgehog 1? Oh, Green
By?
Hill. Green
By
Masato Nakamura.
This is what this guy does. This guy does that. I can call him and I will just hum something and he knows it. He knows the game,
hey,
the level, the composer. This is what we do.
It's the best. It's the best music ever. It's the best music ever made. So we talk about, we pick tracks, we talk about them. We talk about other stuff too, and we joke around, and it's fun. And we didn't joke around really in the beginning as much because we wanted to focus more on the music, but I feel like we've now do joke around more. But anyway, you can check all that out at legacymusichour.com. That's kind of the best way to find the podcast, but it's on all the podcasts.
The best way.
So if you want to carry on with us, we're going to go unzipped. If you want to go unzipped, it's at patreon.com/Poundcast. You get the episodes a couple days early. They're pretty much ad-free. And it's... we're going to have some fun. I had an idea. I thought that maybe we can get into some video game music stuff, and Rob can kind of walk us through some favorite tracks of his, maybe.
Okay.
And anyway, once again, that's patreon.com/Poundcast. And the Patreon is really what really helps this show keep going. So thank you to all of you who are members there.
Here's a sneak peek of what you're going to get.
Speaking of which, if you want to see the video of the episode, check out youtube.com/thepoundcast. Okay, and we're on Instagram at the Poundcast. Sorry, at that Poundcast. At the Poundcast, that is. And I think that's about it. We're gonna go. Thank you to Rob F. Switch or Robert Switch for.
Did you hear how you said that, Robert? That's why I don't want to go by Robert.
I didn't say it like that.
Robert.
I said Robert. Robert.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you to Robert Switch, almost like Robert Smith, for joining me on this episode. And we're going to get more into Rob in just a bit. And my name is Brent Weinbach, and the show is The Poundcast. Thank you for listening or watching.